If you're a Canadian homeowner approaching retirement, there's a hidden penalties that blindside thousands of people every year, and it's called OAS Clawback. And it hits the hardest to people who've done everything right. You've worked hard, you saved your money, you paid off your mortgage, and you maybe even bought a rental property. And suddenly the government tells you your income is too high. Here's the kicker. A lot of Canadians lose out on their OAS because of how their investments and real estate cash flows are structured, not because of they're actually wealthy. But today, I'll be breaking down exactly what triggers the OAS clawback, what pitfalls that most retirees walk into without even realizing it, and 6 smart strategies to help protect your retirement income. If you're a homeowner with equity, pay close attention because some of these real estate-based solutions can actually quietly fix the problem without even touching your investments. So let's start with the basics. OAS, or Old Age Security, is OAS. It is a government benefits paid to Canadians starting at age 65. In 2025, the maximum amount was $8,800 per year. Simple enough, but here's where the problem shows up. Your net income is $93,454, and the government starts to claw back 15 cents of OAS for every dollar that you go over. So let's just say your income is $151,000 to $157,000. Depending on your age, you lose your entire benefit. Here's why Canadian homeowners get hit more than anyone else. Here's an example. You have a good pension, you worked hard, and now you're gonna get paid from the company that you work for. You have an RRSP, you have a RRIF. That's gonna start to force you to withdraw out of your retirement investment. You have rental income, and it shows up as taxable income. You have dividends from a bank, maybe a bank stock, or even high yield dividend paying stocks, blue chip stocks. You might even sell a property that triggers capital gain. Now, all of a sudden, you're over the threshold. There are 3 traps that almost every retiree falls into, especially if you're a homeowner and a real estate investor. Let me break them down clearly for you. So trap number 1 is RRSPs become a tax time bomb. At age 55, it looks like a blessing, but at age 72, then that's when the RRIF withdrawals are forced and they become a tax torpedo. Most Canadians convert their RRIF at age 71, and then at 72, they're forced to withdraw at a certain percentage. And that income is counted towards your OAS clawback. If you build a strong retirement plan, have 300K, 500K, or even $1 million in your RSPs, you can unintentionally push yourself over the OAS limit every year. This is why so many responsible retirees lose their OAS, not just because they did anything wrong, it's because of the sequence. Trap number 2, dividends gross ups punishes investors. A lot of Canadians love dividends, especially retirees. Banks, utilities, pipelines, they pay dividends for decades. $10,000 of actual dividends counts as $13,800 in income because of how it grosses up. That alone can push you into a clawback territory. Most Canadians never realize that their dividends are inflated for tax purposes, because even if your real cash flow is modest. Trap number 3, real estate events that trigger huge taxable incomes. If you own your own property, that is huge. Trust me, in this economy, that is big. But I'm talking to retirees, so you probably bought properties at $100,000, $200,000, very cheap. Anytime you sell a rental property, a cottage, a second home, or even an investment property, you're gonna trigger something called capital gains. And that's 50% taxable. So think about the transaction, or think about selling around this age. A large capital gain can wipe out your entire OAS. And for the next 12 months, starting in the following July, the same gross for your rental income if you're carrying low expenses, and even if you have high cash flow. If you refinance a property, pull equity out incorrectly, you can also bump into taxable income depending on how the lender structures the funds. This is where planning matters. Real estate is powerful for building wealth, but without a tax strategy, it can actually hurt your retirement. Now let's get into what really matters, how to protect yourself. Solution number 1, maximize your TFSA. This is number 1 shield against OAS clawback. TFSA withdrawals do not count as income ever. If you can shift part of your savings, your investments, or even your equity from real estate into your TFSA over time, you can reduce your taxable income later. And for homeowners in their late 50s or early 60s, this creates a smoother, safer income stream for you. Solution number 2, strategic withdrawals of your RSP before you reach the age of 65. So if you retire at 60 or slow down your income and consider withdrawing from your RSP intentionally before your OAS starts, why would you do that? Because at 60 to 64, RSP withdrawals can trigger clawbacks and you're not receiving OASs yet. This shrinks your RSP, so focus on your RSP withdrawals later. Solution number 3, Shift your dividend stocks out of non-registered accounts. Your dividends count heavily against you, but your capital gains don't. If you have dividends paying in stocks or in taxable income, consider moving them into an RSP or a TFSA and replace them by growth-based investments. This not only creates taxable income when you sell. If you retire at age 60, slow down your income and consider withdrawing from your RSPs intentionally before your RSP starts. Why? Because when you're 60 to 64, RSP withdrawals can't trigger clawbacks. You're not only receiving OAS as of yet. This helps shrink your RRSPs and force the RRIF withdrawals that do not push you into clawback territory. So solution number 4, pension splitting for couples. If you're married or even common law and you're 65 or older, you can split up your pension income to 50%. This can lower your spouse's taxable income and prevent one of you from crossing the clawback line. Solution number 5, time real estate sales before you reach the age of 65. If you're planning to sell a rental or a cottage, or consider doing it before OAS to protect your benefits. You can pay taxes on the gain, but it won't affect your OAS because you aren't receiving it yet. Solution number 6, consider using home equity strategically. Here's where a lot of retirees miss out. Some of the best ways to avoid OAS clawback and still maintain a strong retirement cash flow is tapped into your home equity, not taxable income. That could be through a refinance, a HELOC, downsizing, or for some homeowners, a reverse mortgage now. And I'm not saying a reverse mortgage is right for everyone, but certain Canadians, especially those who are 60 and over, high home equity and moderate cash flow can preserve your taxable income, your OAS investments, and your lifestyle, because withdrawals from a home equity are not taxable income. This is not advice, this is education. This is a point that your home can be a tool to manage your retirement income when you structure it with the right intention. Retirement income in Canada is a tax game, and OAS clawback is one of the easiest traps to avoid with proper planning. Whether you're living off your investments, your rental properties, or even home equity, this is a key of understanding how income is taxed and how each decision affects your benefits. If you're approaching 60 to 70 years of age and you own your own property, you own your own real estate, now's the time to put a strategy in place. A small decision today can protect thousands of dollars of benefits over the next 20 years. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, and follow for more content like this. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.